On January 10th, 2020, Selena Gomez released her album Rare. And here's what I thought. Selena Gomez is an American singer, songwriter, actress, and television producer, according to her Wikipedia. Okay, what did she produce? Oh, 13 Reasons Why? Okay. But let's be real, we all know her from hit shows like Barney and Friends, and that weird Disney's Harry Potter ripoff thing. I'm joking, I really did enjoy Wizards of Waverly Place. I mean, how could you not? Selena. Rare is her third studio album, and that kind of seems weird because I thought she always had a lot more music out, like while I was going through high school sort of thing. No, so in her Disney days, she was with a band. It was called Selena Gomez and The Scene. Like that song, Love You Like a Love Song. That song is a banger. I don't care what you say. That song rocks. So yeah, third solo album. And honestly, I've never really listened to a Selena Gomez album before, so let's see how this goes. After listening to this album all the way through, I realized that I really like the first half quite a bit. It's pretty good. I mean, the album starts off with such a great start. It starts off with the title track, Rare. And right off the top, you have those brrr, like those drums. Those drums just keep repeating. It almost feels like every 8 bars, maybe 16. I haven't counted. But it helps. Those drums kind of lead you into the next musical phrase or the next like build up. It seems like every time those happen, something else is added to the song, and it kind of eases you into the album. Selena's there singing in kind of like a sultry, kind of sexy kind of thing, and I don't know. I'm here for it. I will say I don't like the line, burning toast on the toaster. But hey, I mean, since when have I written a good song? First track, it's chill, it's vibey, I can get down. There's some weird like country twang that kind of adds to the chorus. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty good. Next track, Dance Again. Okay, the first verse really doesn't have anything danceable about it. But then that weird like synth bass funky thing kicks in during the chorus, and yeah, I won't lie, it does make me kind of want to dance. It's not until about 20 seconds in and then you start getting a little bit more of a build up into those funky synth bass things. Feel so good to dance again. It's fun. No, just me? I think it's great. Yeah, it's just funky. It just captures you a little bit, you know? It makes me, dare I say, want to dance again. Yeah, the melody here is also a little bit of a earworm. You know, it does. The melody itself makes you want to, dare I say, dance again. The second verse has that little, like, droning keyboard arpeggio. That's kind of cool. There's nothing really totally crazy or revolutionary about this song, but it's a def's a jam. It's a def's a jam. It's a def's a jam! I'm Italian. Is that okay? Next song is Look at Her Now. This song probably has one of the best hooks from the start. Has some of that chopped vocal samples and stuff, and you know that's all I really need. I love that kind of It has a little bit more melody in the first verse, which I appreciate. I'm into it. I'm listening here. I'm here for you, Selena. And then that chorus kicks in. That look at her now. I wanna look at her. I like just based on those sounds. Like I'm interested. Who is this? Who is this? Like the chorus like brings me in, and I want to, dare I say, look at her now. We got tight harmonies on the pre-chorus. Vocal layering after the second chorus too is pretty dope. I'm like that right before the last chorus. Like I'm a sucker for like kind of auto-tuned harmonies. Boom, sign me up, butter me up, call me a buttercup, or don't. Please don't. Right here. So good! It's great, Selena. You're great. I hope you're doing great. At this point, I'm realizing I'm much more of a dancey guy. Like, I don't listen to pop all the time, but when I do, I need it to be danceable. Next up, a song called Lose You to Love Me. This is a heartfelt ballad, you know? Selena is really talking about how she's had to be like broken down before she was able to learn how to love herself again. I think it's something that a lot of people who are going through breakups and relationships kind of can relate to, you know? They have this big love in their life, and then that's gone, and then they're by themselves and they have to reevaluate, you know, who they are, and they have to learn how to not only love others but love themselves first. And I think the lyrics here really kind of capture that, which is great. This track in particular was partially produced by Finneas, who does all the who's brothers with Billie Eilish, and that's why we can kind of hear that, you know, slick and kind of crisp production on it. It feels very big, you know, even though not much is happening instrumentally and it slowly builds, it still feels very big, which is also complimenting to the song. Yeah, the song builds and swells, and the instruments like complement the simple and basic melody that Selena is going. Yes, it's simple. It's nothing crazy that she's singing. I think it works for the song, and I think it helps you focus on the lyrics, which I think are the best part of this track in particular. There's that big choral ending. There's a whole choir, everyone's singing at the end. Yeah, it works. It's nice. Nice little break. I was getting a little tired of dancing. My stamina isn't quite as it was once. Next up is Ring. That's my impression of a ring. You can sign me up for parties, and I'll come do impressions of inanimate objects. The song's pretty basic, I'm not gonna lie. It has a little bit of the Latin kind of flair that's ever so popular, Miss Señorita. It's not a bad song, but I'm by no means wanting to go back to it. Then we have Vulnerable. That's not how it... Listen to the song. It's good. It's a pretty great pop song. I mean, generic, but it's good. I'm not really dancing off the start or anything. Maybe I just don't have the stamina that some people do when listening to pop. At this point of the album, we're nearing the halfway point of the album. It's been pretty, other than the ballad, it's been pretty like level in terms of like energy, I guess. It hasn't really deviated from that one kind of note. You know what I mean? I do really enjoy the part right before the last chorus, where she's like, "I'll stay vulnerable." That was great. You know. You know what I'm talking about? If you've heard the song, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then listen to it so you know what I'm talking about. So now we're hitting the halfway point of the album, and honestly, if things aren't going to start changing, you know, I don't know. I think I've gotten my fix, you know? So next we have People You Know. This is such a generic intro to a song. You have your big synthy chords, and then the little do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I feel like a lot of the album is made up of this. I feel like a lot of pop in general is made up of this. I don't know why I'm expecting anything really big or revolutionary. This being the very first Selena Gomez album I've ever really listened to all the way through. The song does kind of redeem itself in the chorus. I think the lyrics are pretty catchy. They have the word people. There's a lot of people talk. We used to be close, but people can go from people you know to people you don't. That what hurts the most is people can go from people you know to people you don't. And then it kicks in. I mean, I feel like a lot of basic people, I mean me included, can kind of relate to this. Like, everyone knows people, and everyone goes through, you know, people that they once knew and now they don't. You know, people that they used to be close with. And now they're not so close with, so it's like you knew them and then you didn't know them. I don't, like, it happens, yeah, with lovers, cool, and I get how that's, like, emotional with lovers, but it happens with coworkers. It's like a very basic observation about just relationships, I guess? Any kind of relationships? I am a sucker for auto-tuned harmonies, so I do enjoy when like the chorus like layers itself like vocally on top of each other. So yeah, points for that, I guess. Next song is Let Me Get Me. Is that what it's called? Let Me Get Me? No. No, yeah, Let Me Get Me. Let me get okay. Let me get me. It starts off with this weird ooh. That goes throughout the whole song at some points. Kind of cool the first couple times you hear it, but then you're like, okay, oh, okay. The song has like a little bit of a kind of similar to Dance Again, I feel like, because Dance Again is a little bit more funky. I'd rather just listen to Dance Again if I want to dance. It has, again, that little, like, Latin flair, I feel like. Maybe it was just the drums, like the stuff that Drake's been doing, or was doing. What year is that? I can bop my head. I'm tapping my toes by the end of the song, you know. And everything builds. But, you know, I'm rooting for you, Selena. Let's get some bangers going. Let's get some bangers. All right. Next is Crowded Room. Oh, song starts off. It's just us two? Us two in this crowded room, really? Wow, I'm blushing. I mean, high school me is like, whoa, Selena and me in this whole crowded room, and you really just think it's us two. Wow. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm watching Love You Like a Love Song, the video, for the first time again, and falling back in love with Selena. I love when singers are singing to the audience, or in this case, me specifically. It helps make the song feel intimate. You can really feel the emotions. Especially if you're occasionally living for a kind of like lustful, like new love sort of thing. That excitement of finding new love or seeing someone for the first time, falling in love for the first time, I guess. I don't know. That's the kind of vibes that I get from this song. It reminds me of when I first listened to Ariana Grande, who I love, I will admit. I felt like she was singing all the songs to me on Yours Truly, you know? It's like she wrote the song for me. Okay, I'll admit, I might be crushing on Selena now after the song. Does that make this review biased? Is this even a review? I don't know. Maybe it's a love letter. Who knows? And who cares? I don't. My mom might. But then some dude starts singing. He starts singing, and then I'm like, wait, was she singing to him the whole time? Do I not have a chance in this song? It's like I'm removed. I'm now removed, and now I'm just watching them in this crowded room, which I guess is what most people listen to music for. They're not really listening to music for themselves to get something out of it, like you know, tangible. But hey, a boy can dream. Next up is Kind of Crazy. No, probably my least favorite song of this album. It just didn't need to be on the album. It's very generic. Yes, we get it. Her past lover is crazy. You can say that about any past lover, really. It's just, they try to put some trumpets at the end of the chorus. That's not going to save the song. Next. Fun. Okay, so it's, Fun is very, very bubblegum. And yeah, I dig it. Dare I say it's fun? You know, vocal harmonies are good, I guess. And the breath at the end, cool. Sign me up. Whatevs. Next. Cut You Off. Cut You Off. Here we go, Selena. She obviously has been through some stuff. And I'm glad that you can put it all into a song. I feel like I've been through the emotional roller coaster now, and this is kind of you coming on the other side. We're just gonna end it, cut it off. Has some R&B vibes, some like early Ariana Grande vibes, you know, in terms of the instrumentals. I dig it, Selena. You're bringing the album back. Thank you. One thing, I really did not need the guitar solo, if you could even call it a solo, 2/3 into the song. There's no guitar anywhere else on this album. I don't know why we decided to put one here, but hey. And then we finished the album off with A Sweeter Place. And is that... Oh, snap. That's Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi singing in the background with some droning synths. Yeah, I'm into it. It has, you know, the song has everything else that's been on this album a lot of times. Vocal samples, snippets here and there. But you know what? I'm tapping my foot. I love hearing Kid Cudi. It has some of that classic Kid Cudi flow on it. Sounds like I'm listening to something off Man on the Moon. I can get behind it. I can dig it. Honestly, I think it's a pretty good pop album. I find a lot of pop albums get boring, pretty stale, and this album does have some of that, especially near the middle. No doubt it has some great bangers off the top. It's presenting Selena in what I think is kind of a fresh way. It gets pretty stale in the middle because it's like, wow, this is fresh, and then 4 songs in, it's like, it's just not as fresh. The last few tracks of the album really kind of bring it back and kind of redeem the album again, but yeah, there's a ton of filler in the middle. Not a ton, but enough filler. You could have shortened it by like 4 songs. Easy. Yeah, I think I'll give this record 5 Bieber breakups out of 10. Too soon? I think I do have a small crush on Selena, and honestly, I'd probably listen to her next album when it comes out, just to, you know, see what she's up to. So yeah, my first review. Done. All right. Hopefully I'll get better at this. I welcome you to join my progression as I try to listen to music throughout the year. Hopefully look back at some of my favorite albums and stuff. So sub, like, or take a hike. All right. I'll see you next time. Maybe. Peace.